Yeah, I don't think we ran out of steam, to be honest with you. I think Florida played really well. I think they're really good, and they played extremely well. So I have to give most of the credit to them. I think our guys were ready, and I just finished telling them I thought they fought extremely hard, right down to the very end. I mean, Elliott was, fighting and kind of got his nose out in front in that second set and had a chance to win in split sets. Micah was up. Evan was, up 4-3 in the third. We got beat pretty decisively at a couple other spots, but we had good shots at three of those singles matches, and the doubles was tight. So I was pretty proud of the way they were fighting all the way to the end in those matches, and they didn't seem tired to me. You see them maybe physically spun out a little bit, but mentally, I thought I love the way we started with our energy, and I love the way we finished with our energy. But in the end, Florida was a very good team and played extremely well tonight, and I give the credit to them. As far as like the whole season, yeah, I'm definitely gonna enjoy looking back at a lot of the memories we've had, and it's very difficult to get to the round of 16 of the NCAA tournament, much less the quarters or the Final Four. Very few people, coaches and players, can lay claim to that. So I think these guys should be super proud of what they did, especially with such relative inexperience on the team. We didn't have one guy in our lineup that has played an NCAA singles match heading into this tournament. So the run was fantastic, and they should feel really proud. I know they're going to be disappointed now, but when they look back, they should all be very proud.
So Elliot, to you, kind of to what Coach mentioned, a very young, inexperienced roster. What was your kind of, from your perspective, this run to get to this stage? What are your kind of takeaways from this year?
Yeah, I mean, losing Christian and Yuya, we knew that a bunch of guys were going to have to step up this year. And I think that's exactly what happened. We had a bunch of young guys that played huge, played really well in some big matches. As Coach said, we were inexperienced. We had one player in our lineup that played in an NCAA tournament before this one. So I'm just super proud of every guy on the team, on and off the court. It was really impressive what we did this year. Obviously pretty disappointed right now, but I couldn't be happier with the way we carried ourselves out there and how we fought all season. So, yeah.
All right, go ahead, Brian.
Hey, Coach. It's Brian Davis with the Statesman. The fight that y'all showed the entire time in Orlando was what I thought was most impressive, especially just getting to this round tonight. Did you feel like in some way just there was a little more magic maybe in there?
Yeah. I had plenty. They gave me plenty of reason to believe that we could, take it one step further because that's what we've been doing all year. That's what they've been doing all year. So for sure, I woke up this morning thinking we had a chance to win. But of course, I knew that it was going to be super tough. I knew every match we played in the NCAA tournament, especially these last two or three, was going to be super tough. I know how good Florida is. I'm sure they were eager to get some revenge on us from beating them earlier in the year and from beating them in this round 2 years ago. But I'd be idiotic to think that this team didn't have a chance against anyone they've played. So I definitely thought we had a chance. I was hoping there's a little more magic, but we'll have to wait for next year's team to see the next version of magic that we can produce.
Why do you think this team was so good in tight 4-3 battles all year?
Yeah, I'd say two things. One, they were very coachable. They listened and tried to implement everything that we were trying to ask them to do, not just with their forehands and backhands, but their overall mental approach towards preparing for a match and knowing how to respond when the emotions start to go a little haywire out there. And so overall, they were pretty reachable on the court and coachable, and I think that had a lot to do with it. I think the second thing is that they really like each other, and it's cliche, but they care about each other a lot. They love practicing with each other. They're friends off the court, and I think that had to produce some kind of special chemistry. And the third thing is, success breeds success sometimes, and we had a good start. We had a couple of really close matches that we were fortunate to come through and step up in, and then one guy showed the other guy how to do it. and every player on our team found a way to win a decisive match at some point. And Elliott, got more than his share of those. So yeah, I'd say that's probably the recipe, and hopefully we can keep that going and maybe even find a way to beat some teams a little more decisively next year.
Sure. Elliot, want to ask you, I mean, basically for 2 years, this program, carried that mantle of national champions. And psychologically, I mean, I know a lot of guys weren't on that team, but psychologically that means a great deal. How much do you think that kind of influenced things and everyone knew that, hey, this is the standard that y'all want to be at?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the 2019 run was amazing, but it's a completely new team besides Chi-Chi and Cleve, and Chi-Chi was the only one who played, so we didn't really think about that too much. I think it was we played with nothing to lose. We trusted each other, went for it, and it didn't go our way. But I don't feel like there was any weight on our shoulders or any feeling of having pressure to defend the title. We went out there and we went for it, and it didn't go our way. Florida was too good today. But yeah, I mean, at the start of the season, there was a lot of people predicting that we were going to finish, I think, 4th in the conference, and just a lot of people didn't think we were going to have the season that we had, so I'm just really happy. I haven't totally reflected and got a moment to regather myself since the loss, but I can say right now I'm pretty proud of the effort we all put in, so yeah, I don't think there was any pressure. If anything, there was motivation. I had a couple of the former players text a couple of the guys the last few days, sending nice notes, so it's fun to be a part of, for sure.
Yeah. Bruce, how would you feel if someone used the word overachieve with this group? Do you think that's appropriate or no?
I think it's impossible to overachieve if you think about it, just literally, because you can't achieve something more than what you're capable of. So I guess some people might consider that we achieved more than they thought we could. But I definitely can say, and I don't take that as an insult, I take that as a compliment if people say that. I guess my point is literally it's not possible to overachieve, because then clearly you were capable of doing it if you did it. But I don't take that as an insult. I take it as a compliment to our group that they were able to make the most of what they had and achieve at such a high level. And that hopefully will really keep them excited for the coming years. And nothing's a given. Just because we did it this year doesn't mean we're going to have to work for it every bit as hard as we did next year as we did this year. But I take it as a compliment when people say we overachieved, even though I don't agree with it. It just means that these guys did a great job this year.
You all set, Brian?
Just real quick, I guess one more for Elliot. Just could you maybe just talk a little bit about how you feel about some of the guys? Micah battled out of a huge hole tonight. Evan got a first set win, got y'all going. Just kind of, did you think, like I asked Coach, did you think there was going to be more magic in the tank?
Yeah, 100%. I believed we could win this match. The doubles point was crucial. We've come back and won plenty of huge matches against great teams after losing the doubles point, so it wasn't the end of the world, but certainly would have helped. But I thought, we definitely had a chance. Micah was playing some really good tennis against a great player. He was up. Evan sounded like he was playing really well, and maybe I squeak out that second set, and then we have 3 guys in battles, and if CM comes up, wins that second set, anything could happen. So, yeah, I think we had a chance. There was definitely could have been more magic, but Florida came up with the goods at the right time, so credit to them.